morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sylvia Black, and today I'm going to be giving a little speech presentation on I'm going to be talking about sex education should be mandatory in all high schools in the U.S. Sex education should be mandatory in all high schools in the U.S. because parents live in denial that teenagers are having sex. Teenagers need to know the different methods of birth control available to them and what life-threatening diseases stem from sex. Charlene sits eagerly in her chair in the hallway. Charlene sits eagerly in her chair in the hallway at the edge of her seat, thinking to herself, I wonder what's going on. I wonder what she wants me for. She's waiting outside the school nurse's office. As the door opens, Miss Brown, the school nurse, calls Charlene in her office. Miss Brown lets Charlene know, I just informed your mother and I'm going to be letting you know. Your results came back. You're pregnant and you are HIV positive. Charlene thinks, how could this happen to me at age 14? When she has that thought, she looks at the nurse with the dead blank stares, tears roll down her face. What did I do to deserve this? Parents may think that this cannot happen to their child, so they sort of live in denial that teenagers are not having sex. According to the North Carolina State University study, which covers social issues, most adults believe that other children in the school are having sex and not their own. Most parents in today's society are too busy with their daily schedules, so they don't have time to sit down and talk to their children about sex. Parents should stop living in denial and face the facts that teenagers are developing into young, mature adults earlier in today's society. Teenagers, they still may want to have sex. Now we're going to discuss different contraceptives available to them. You have the morning after pill, you have birth control pills, and you have condoms for females. And you have male condoms in different sizes and shapes for males. The American Journal of Public Health reports the contraceptive risk index declined 34% overall and 46% among adolescents aged 15 to 17 years of age. Improvements in contraceptive risks include use increase in the use of condoms, birth control, and a decline of non-use in contraceptives from sex education programs. Teenagers may still choose to have sex, and if different forms of contraceptives are used correctly, then this could prevent or reduce sexually transmitted diseases. According to the Centers for Disease Control reports, 19 million new STD infections occur every year. 50% of those new cases happen to young teenagers between the ages of 15 and 24. Not only that, the American Social Health Association reports that half of new HIV infections occur in teenagers. Just to name a few diseases that are non-curable: AIDS, which is acquired immune deficiency syndrome, hepatitis B, and HPV, human papillomavirus. These diseases are not curable. As you can see, this is a serious issue. And here are some ways in preventing teenagers from contracting STDs. First, the best way to avoid any STDs is abstinence. Second, if teenagers are going to be willing to have sex, they should practice safe sex every time with every partner. And third, to reduce the possibilities of receiving STDs, they should be consistent and get tested every time with the new partner. According to the Advocates for Youth, a nonprofit organization and advocacy group, evaluations of comprehensive sex education programs can help delay youth sexual activity. Importantly, the evidence shows that youth will receive comprehensive sex The evidence shows that youth will receive comprehensive sex education, who receive sex education, are not likely to become sexually active or experience negative sexual health outcomes. In conclusion, if sex education were to be taught in all high schools in the U.S., these situations could be prevented. Parents shouldn't be surprised or in denial that teenagers are curious about sex and want to have sex. If teenagers are curious about sex, they should be aware of the different types of contraceptives available to them. And STDs can be contracted if contraceptives are not used properly. Remember, all STDs are not curable. Sex education in schools is not an excuse for teenagers to have sex. It's a precaution. If they decide to have sex, why not prepare and inform them the risks involved? Thank you.